Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please make sure to hit the little red button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So for this week's video, I thought I would sit down and talk to you guys about my acne journey. So for those of you who know me, know that I have been dealing with acne for a little over 3 years now, and delusional me has been waiting to film this video for 2.5 years ago. I thought it was something that would go away and I would be able to share my journey with you guys and give any recommendations or tips that I had, but unfortunately it took a lot longer than I was hoping it would. So I have compiled a list of notes which I will be reading off of my laptop. I actually sat down and took notes on everything that I have tried, I have been through, and what has actually worked for me so that I wouldn't forget anything. But let's just go ahead and get started. So I wanted to start off by talking a little bit about when I started experiencing acne. So when I was in high school, I would deal with the normal type of breakouts. I would get pimples every now and then on my forehead, on my chin. But I really do think that that was because of me going through puberty, and I would eat a little more poorly back then. I would have a little more fast food. But it didn't get bad until 2020. Right after the pandemic started, I started dealing with acne on my right cheek. Here is an image of what it looked like when I first started dealing with it the first couple of months. And my left cheek was really fine. I didn't have anything like on my chin or my forehead. So I was pretty glad, but then it started spreading to my left cheek. And so I did my research here at home. I tried to look for some at-home remedies to help with any of the new pimples that were coming up. But the thing with mine was that they were really in the skin. They wouldn't like burst out. They weren't like whiteheads or anything like that. It would take a while for them to turn into whiteheads if they ever did, but they were just like in the skin and they hurt. And so some of the things that I tried at home were the following. So I had heard that washing your face with black African soap would help, and so I bought one by the brand Shea Moisture, and I would use it every morning and every night. But it didn't help. I didn't see any difference in my skin. It wasn't making it worse, but it wasn't helping at all. Then I also made some at-home face masks, which I would look into different natural ingredients that might help with the acne. And a lot of them had like oatmeal in them. So I would make different types of masks with oatmeal. Then I would also use toothpaste, which looking back now, I feel like it's pretty dumb because a lot of the toothpaste that they sell has a lot of chemicals and just like artificial ingredients that were probably not good for my face. And every now and then it would help. It would just be like a bandage solution because the acne would come back again. And I would also ice my face every morning. That did not really help. It helped very little with the redness of the pimples, but they were still there. There was a lot of texture on my skin. Another topical solution that I tried was vitamin E oil. I saw a lot of people on like TikTok saying that they would burst like vitamin E pills and then mix that in with their moisturizer. I never tried it that way, but I did find like a bottle of natural clean vitamin E oil, and I would try to like rub that on my face. I don't remember if it made it worse or just didn't help at all, but it was one of the two. And then one of the other things that I tried was drinking chlorophyll water. So I had this bottle of chlorophyll and I would add like 3-4 drops of it every morning and I would drink it, and I honestly didn't really see a difference in my skin. So I tried out all of these things from like the second half of 2020 and getting into 2021. And then in the spring of 2021, my acne was pretty bad. It looked like this at that point. And I finally decided to go to a dermatologist because I just couldn't handle it anymore, and I honestly couldn't find anything that was helping me. And I probably went 3 to 4 times, and I tried out 2 different topical solutions that they gave me, and it did not help at all. I think I tried them out for like 2 months, so I did give it some time, and I wasn't seeing any difference in my skin. And the dermatologist would also tell me that my acne could like worsen if I was using any products in my hair that was like rubbing on my face, and so I stopped using those products. And I think I was only using like one that had like oil in it, but I don't think it really affected my skin because I was only spraying it to the tips of my hair. But either way, I just stopped using it because I didn't want to risk it. And then the dermatologist did recommend to not use any oil-based cleansers for my face. And because I had tried the vitamin E oil, I just stopped using that completely as well. But after the third or fourth appointment, I was getting frustrated because I was paying for the appointments and then I was paying for the solutions they were giving me, and I wasn't seeing any positive results. So I decided to just stop going completely. And I honestly did think about going on Accutane because a lot of people talked about how it helped them clear their skin. But when I looked into the side effects of taking Accutane, I refrained from going in that direction because I honestly didn't think I would be able to handle the effects pretty well. So I didn't decide to take Accutane, and instead I decided to just let my skin be and try to do some internal changes because I really felt like the root problem was internal. Now let's get into the 3 things that helped me clear my skin and get to where it is today. It's still not perfect. As you guys can tell, I'm wearing makeup, and so you can see some of the texture. This is what my skin looks like without makeup, and I still have some redness, I still have some dark spots, some discoloration, but it honestly has improved a lot more. Most of them are like just pigmentation and dark spots, and I'm so grateful that I was able to find something that finally helped me. So 3 things that I did to get to where I am today is 1, to control my stress levels. And I know that's something that's really hard, and there's not like a solution or like one thing you can do or one thing to get rid of stress, because life will throw things at you and it's not something you can control. And so I don't know when it happened or how it happened, but I just stopped worrying. But one thing that was causing me stress was wanting to be in control of everything, wanting to be in control of the outcomes of different things. And my mindset shifted when I realized that God is in control, and no matter what I do or what I don't do, whatever is meant to happen is gonna happen. So there's only so much I can do. And I also realized that worrying about my acne was not gonna make it disappear, so there was no point in just stressing out and causing myself more health issues. I also tried to go more days without wearing makeup, which I know may be hard if your acne is pretty bad and you don't want others to see you in that natural state. I just realized that I needed to let my skin breathe, because the more I would put stuff on it, the more dry it would get and the more tight it would feel. And when I did go out without makeup, I would just really try to not focus on what other people might have thought when they looked at me, because at the end of the day I feel like we're all more concerned with ourselves than what's going on around us. Second thing I did, which I think is the highest contributor to the status of my skin today, is that I cleaned up my diet. So I started by reducing the amount of times I would eat out or have fast food, and I did this because I noticed that when I would eat greasy foods, I would break out more. And when I would go out to eat with like friends or family, I would try to get cleaner, healthier options. So I would try to stay away from the greasy foods. I also cut out dairy. So I currently don't drink milk. At first, I stopped drinking the milk I was drinking, which was 2% milk. Then I started drinking oat milk. Now I don't drink any type of milk, which for some people they might be shocked, but I do try to get calcium through different sources of food. But I don't drink any milk or have any yogurt with dairy. I'll occasionally have cheese on my food, but that's on very rare occasions, and I will treat myself to like an ice cream every now and then, but I definitely don't have it as often as I used to. And I think that has really helped, although I feel like it's made me become lactose intolerant, which is totally fine. I honestly don't mind giving up a few things if it's benefiting my mental health. And the most difficult thing that I had to give up was sugar. So I realized that when I would have chocolate or something that had a lot of sugar in it, like bubble tea, I would break out a lot more. So instead, I tried to opt into eating more fruits whenever I was having a sweet tooth, and it was really hard to find alternatives when I was craving something sweet because almost everything has sugar in it. So let me be a little more specific. I try to avoid things that have artificial sugar in it, which is why I also have like fruits or honey or anything that has natural sugars in it. And then the last thing that I did was that I simplified my skincare routine. So I did spend a lot of time researching clean products, and unfortunately it was a lot of trial and error and a lot of money spent on products that were not helping my skin. First thing is that I started using rose water in the mornings. So I would wash my face with the faucet water every morning and then every night. But I realized that the faucet gets dirty pretty easily, and so that was not helping my skin at all. So I completely stopped washing my face in the morning, and instead I spray like 3 to 5 spritz of this rose water. And then when I do have breakouts, I will use this aloe moisturizing gel. So this is by the brand For Life, and they sell natural supplements, but my mom told me that I should try this out because they recommended it to her. And this really helps for any like new breakouts. So if it's like a pimple that's in the skin, apply some every few hours. It will help the pimple kind of come out and get rid of all that gunk that's inside. So after using that gel, the second thing that I use are these pimple patches. By using the Hero brand, this is their Mighty patch, and they work really well. But then I discovered Good Molecules, and they came out with their own patches, and these are a lot more affordable. There's a lot more in the box, so I started using these. But I would honestly recommend either. Now, to clean off my makeup, like I mentioned, I was using an oil-based cleanser at one point, and I also used makeup wipes. But I did switch over to cleansing balms, and these are amazing. So I'm currently using the one by Juno Skin. It is their Clean 10 cleansing balm. It's made with only 10 ingredients. It's a super clean product. This is what it looks like. I think the packaging is also really sleek and clean looking, and I'm almost out of it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I also used a couple of other different brands. I used the Clinique one. That one is the first one that I tried out, but it is a little more pricey. Then I used one from Fourth Ray Beauty. So I've tried a couple of different ones, and ultimately I would recommend this or any other type of cleansing product. And once I remove most of my makeup with the cleansing balm, I will wash off my face with this product right here. This is the Cetaphil Foaming Gentle Cleanser, and this is one of the brands that my dermatologist did recommend, so I have to give that to them. Then once my face is washed and dried up, I will go in with these 2 serums. You can use these day and night, but I like to use them at night, and they're by the brand Good Molecules. The first one is the Discoloration Correcting Serum, and then this one is their Hyaluronic Acid Serum. You really have to wait for them to absorb into your skin before you apply the other. Then I will finish off with some face moisturizer. And I did a lot of trial and error with face moisturizers. There's some that work, there's some that didn't work for me. But this one is by the brand Pond's Crema S. And my grandma has been using this moisturizer since forever. She's 98 years old and she swears by this one. So I thought I would give it a try myself. My family uses this one as well. It's not something that's like aesthetically pleasing or you will see girls on TikTok using, but it does help, which is what matters the most. And then the last products are things that I will use every now and then when I feel like my skin is not doing very well. The first one are these blemish pads. These are by a Korean skincare brand called MetaHeal. I got them off of Amazon. I will make sure to link most of these products on my Amazon storefront, which will be in my description box below. But these really help with texture. I will let these sit on my cheeks for like an hour and a half. They really do last a long time, which is the good part about these. And once they start to dry up, then I can take them off. And the last product is this exfoliating enzyme mask. This is the Aha Moment by Fourth Ray Beauty, and I use it once a week whenever I want to have some self-care time and do like a little spa at home. This has such great ingredients. It has papaya enzymes, and I think it's great to use an exfoliating mask so that you can get rid of the top layer of skin and hopefully bring in some smooth and clear skin from underneath. So those are just a few things that I did, but I wanted to end off this video with a few conclusions from this whole acne journey that I've been on, which the first one is that what might work for someone might not work for you, which is why it takes a lot of trial and error and unfortunately money sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's really worth it to find the products and the different routines that will help your skin improve. Like you guys noticed, a lot of these products are from drugstores, so I didn't have to go out and spend so much money and be influenced by these people who are promoting their super expensive, nice looking moisturizer or cleanser. But it's not to say that it won't help. Some of them could help you, but what I want to say is that you don't have to spend so much money to find what works for you. Also, how your body feels on the inside will eventually start to show on the outside. So unfortunately, I'm a very stressful and anxious person, and when the pandemic started, my stress levels were at a super high level, and so I feel like that's what really triggered my acne, which is why I truly believe that acne is an internal problem, and so we have to get to the root of it in order to fix it and improve it. And it's your body reacting to something that's not good for you. In my case, it wasn't good for me to be stressing and overthinking everything that was going on in my life. And lastly, acne or your physical appearance does not define you. It's normal for our body to go through different things, and I know sometimes it's not fun to deal with acne. I've been there, so I can say it, but we can't be too hard on ourselves. We just have to be patient and take the time to really find what works for us. And if you're someone who's dealing with acne, I just want to say that it does eventually get better. You just have to find the solutions. And again, be patient. I had reached a point in my acne journey where it was really affecting my mental health. I would look at myself in the mirror and I would just cry because I couldn't find a solution. I didn't know what I was doing wrong, and my face hurt. But I can say that it does get better, and my top piece of advice is to do trial and error, to try out things that you think might help you and give it some time. But if you see that it's not helping you, avoid using it. If you think that it might be caused by something that you're eating, try to not eat that food for a while and see if it does help you. The one thing that this whole journey really taught me is patience. I had to be patient in order to see positive results. So I really hope this video reached somebody who needed it. If you guys end up trying any of the products that I used, let me know in the description. Let me know in the comments if they help you. I really hope they do, and I really hope you find the purpose, and I really hope you find the solution that you're looking for. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!